Hey guys, I'm outside on a nice day here, and what I got here is my buddy's Land Raider, and he wants it to be a base paint of purple. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tape off some of the track section so it doesn't get painted, and then we'll go from there. So I masked off the treads on it, and I also masked off the holes here, and whatever I don't get with the airbrush and the edge here, I'll just do by brush. The reason why I masked off the holes is because this is already put together and the interior is black, so I don't want any overspray to go inside and just mess with it. So I figure it'd be probably better just to have the interior stay black and then have the exterior be the purple that he wants. So we'll go on from there. I gotta reduce my paint and then get it into the airbrush, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna start with some light coats and then build up from there. Now the airbrush I'm using is a Badger 250 with a siphon feed. It's an external mix, and the reason I'm using this as opposed to my Crescendo is that it has a wider spray, so I can do more coverage of the model for this base coat. So you can see I brought the Land Raider inside. One was because it was too humid outside and the paint wasn't drying fast enough, and then the other was because there wasn't enough good lighting for me to work with. I got a couple coats already on this Land Raider now. There are some blemishes on here that no matter what amount of paint I put on there, it's not going to fill them in. And I'm just kind of going over the areas that have a texture to it or scratches, and I'm just smoothing it out. And that way then when I put a coat over it, that should cover it up just fine. You can see, you might be able to see that there's some scratches here. I've already smooth that down, and I'm putting down a pretty good amount of pressure. You can see I'm not scratching it, but I am smoothing it out. And I've just been kind of going over everywhere I see a little kind of a blemish, if it's either from scratches that were done while, because this originally was a Chaos Land Raider, and all the stuff was taken off in it, so maybe there might have been some scratches that occurred during that process. Some of them are some paint areas where I might have had too much, so I'm going to reduce that down so it's smooth, and then I'll put the coat back over it. But it's coming along pretty good. sponsons haven't gotten locked up yet, and so they're still working. This one's a little tight. And then the door also still works too. So the top of this door needs to be buffed a little bit. And then once I get the buffing done, I might shine it up, maybe, possibly. But we'll see. So here's the Land Raider. I went through, there was a lot of blemishes on parts of it, so I buffed it up a little bit, smoothed out those blemishes, and then I will put another coat over that and see if the buffing smoothed it out enough where it will hide those blemishes. But so far it's turning out pretty good. I'll show you those blemishes I was talking about. Now you can see here, around here, there was a weird texture. The little black ring around here, that's where I had the tape earlier when I was doing the coat. Same story here, just that small little black area is where I had one of these round things on to keep overspray from going inside. But here's another texture that I buffed out, so hopefully that will spray smooth. Other areas that I buffed out was this spot right here. I'll probably need to dab that with a little bit of black paint and then go back over that with the purple. You can also see here where there were some small scratches on here, and then I buffed that smooth. The door has a little bit of paint where it sat. Too much was applied, so I buffed that smooth again, and then I'll put some coat over there to see how that turns out. Door still works, that's good. And on this door, no, on the other side there's quite a few scratches. I tried to buff those out, and a little bit too much paint, so I also buffed that out. But I'm gonna let it sit now, let the first coat cure for the night, and then I'll come back over it with another coat. I got plenty of paint made for it. Alright, more to come on this. Talk to you later. Show you one more thing that I'm working on here as well. On the, as I said before, this was a Chaos Land Raider, and then up in the front here were spike bits, and you can see my friend, he cut off the spike bits, but it kind of left a really rough whatever was either it was cut off rough or something was to add on there to fill up some gaps. And what I did here is I'm buffing it down to a smoother finish, and then I'll just apply some more black paint on there and then build the purple up on top of that. I'm gonna have to craft something so I can get into here to buff this out. I can't really reach well with the my buffing tools, so yeah, I'll have to craft something so I can get in there and get a good clean pressure to it and a smooth constant thing. But you can see the differences here from that to something like that. So hopefully I can craft something and smooth that out, so at least it'll have a little bit better finish. I can't quite get up into the corner here, but maybe when I fashion the tool, that will help me smooth this and that out. I might be able to get into the corners here better. Other than that, looks like it's coming along. There is definitely a purple shine to it. I don't know if much more layers are actually going to show any more purple than what's already here, because it does have a black base coat. So yeah, I'm a little upset that this sponge in here doesn't turn very good, and I hope it was like that before I got it and I didn't inadvertently sprayed it shut a little bit when I was painting it. I don't want to try to do it with one hand because it does take two hands to get it to turn good. So that is about it. I'm sure he's planning on using this on the 3K game we're going to have again this weekend, so maybe I won't have it finished in time.